You know, sometimes I just lie around thinking about the best version of Starscream that we ever got, specifically the version of Starscream from Transformers Armada. If you've never experienced this Starscream, I highly recommend experiencing him firsthand by watching the show. Otherwise, if you don't mind spoilers, stick around. One of the things that sets Armada Starscream apart from his other incarnations is that unlike the other Starscreams, this one doesn't care that much about being the leader of the Decepticons. Whereas the other Starscreams usually try to usurp Megatron's throne and become the new leader only to end up failing, this Starscream seems more to be after acknowledgement and proving himself as a warrior. And while he sometimes does defy Megatron's orders, it's not usually out of some conniving master plan to usurp his throne. He usually lashes out when he feels like he's being disrespected or not being acknowledged. This eventually comes to a head when Megatron uses Starscream as a diversion for a plan. This leaves Starscream alone on a battlefield against the Autobots when Starscream assumed his goal was to lure the Autobots into a trap for the other Decepticons. Meanwhile, Megatron and the others dipped to go invade the Autobots' base. Not only could this have ended up in his death, when Starscream eventually makes his way back to the Decepticon base, he doesn't even really get a congratulations or anything. This finally pushes him to betray Megatron and temporarily join the Autobots. It's here that they give him much more depth as he forms a relationship with the human character. This not only shows off some of his good qualities, but it also shows that he could have been an Autobot in another life. Now sadly, Starscream does eventually betray the Autobots again and rejoin the Decepticons, but he does so begrudgingly. As well, there's plenty of scenes in the following episodes that shows his inner conflict about his decision. This all comes to a head near the end of the show where he challenges Megatron in a one-on-one fight, not only as a way of showing himself as a capable warrior, but also in an attempt to smack some sense into Megatron's head, and to show that Unicron is a big threat that the Autobots and Decepticons have to team up to stop. This leads to an amazing almost 2-minute long dialogue between Megatron and Starscream, culminating in the best Starscream scene of all time, his sacrifice. Knowing ahead of time that this will probably result in his death, Starscream fires at Unicron. Starscream knew that his attack wouldn't have damaged Unicron, and he knew Unicron would retaliate by destroying him. In doing this suicidal play, he proves to Megatron that Unicron is far beyond any of their capabilities, and that they will all share his fate if Optimus and Megatron don't put their differences aside and team up to stop him. Despite being a Decepticon, this Starscream truly was a noble warrior, and he was able to set aside everything for the greater good. And this is why he will always be my favorite version of the character, as this is the only version of Starscream with actual depth. Instead of getting Saturday morning cartoon villain, we got basically Zuko from Avatar The Lost Airbender, just with a sadder ending. But tell me what you guys think in the comments. Have you watched Transformers Armada? If you did, what was your opinion of Starscream? And if you haven't, what's your opinion on Starscream based solely on what I've told you? I'm curious to see, and I'll see you in the next video.